First contact in the dark. The quantum sensors aboard the ESS Valiant lit up like a Christmas tree. Captain Sarah Chen leaned forward in her command chair, dark eyes fixed on the holographic display. After 15 years of deep space patrol, she knew better than to ignore anomalies, especially this far from Earth-controlled space. "Report," she ordered, her voice carrying the weight of command, but none of its typical edge. Something about this reading felt different. Lieutenant Park's fingers danced across his console. "It's a signal, Captain. Unlike anything in our database, the quantum signature suggests incredibly advanced technology." But he paused, brow furrowed in concentration. "There's something organic about it, too, as if it's alive." The bridge crew fell silent. In the century since humanity had reached the stars, they'd encountered plenty of alien artifacts and ruins, but never living ships. Those were the stuff of science fiction. "Show me," Chen commanded. The main display shifted, revealing a complex waveform that pulsed with an almost hypnotic rhythm. Even to her untrained eye, it didn't look artificial. It flowed too naturally, like a heartbeat or breathing. "It's coming from the Carina Nebula," Park continued. "Specifically, from a region we designated as Dark Zone 7. No previous exploration missions have returned from there." Chen felt her pulse quicken. Dark zones were areas of space where conventional FTL travel became unstable. The Valiant was one of the few ships equipped with experimental quantum drives capable of safely navigating them. But that didn't make them any less dangerous. "Is it a distress signal?" she asked. "Uncertain," Park replied. "But the pattern, it's repeating in a way that suggests deliberate communication. And it's getting stronger." Chen took a deep breath, weighing her options. The Valiant was Earth's most advanced warship, carrying enough firepower to level a small continent. But they were also explorers, charged with making first contact and expanding humanity's understanding of the cosmos. "Plot a course," she decided, "but bring us in slow. Full defensive screens, and wake up our sleeping beauty." The sleeping beauty was ARIA, the ship's quantum AI. Unlike conventional artificial intelligences, ARIA operated on principles derived from quantum computing, giving her capabilities that bordered on prescience. She was also incredibly power-hungry, which was why they kept her in standby mode most of the time. As the Valiant's engines hummed to life, Chen couldn't shake the feeling that they were about to stumble onto something big. The last time humanity had encountered truly advanced alien technology, it had revolutionized their understanding of physics and launched them into the stars. But those aliens had been long dead, leaving only their ruins behind. This signal was different. It was alive, active, and it wanted to be found. The journey into Dark Zone 7 took 3 days, even with the quantum drive. The usual stars disappeared, replaced by swirling clouds of dark matter that defied conventional physics. The signal grew stronger with each passing hour until it became a constant presence in the ship's sensors. "Contact," Park announced on the morning of the 4th day. "Visual range in 30 seconds." The main display lit up, and Chen felt her breath catch in her throat. Floating in the void before them was a structure that defied description. It was massive, easily dwarfing the Valiant, but its shape seemed to shift and flow like liquid metal. Patterns of light rippled across its surface in complex arrays that hurt the eyes to look at directly. "Aria," Chen called out. "Analysis." The AI's voice filled the bridge, carrying hints of excitement that shouldn't have been possible for a machine. "It's a biomechanical construct, Captain. The outer layer appears to be composed of programmable matter controlled by a quantum neural network. But the interior..." She paused. "The interior contains something our sensors can't penetrate. The energy readings are off the scale. Life signs. Indeterminate. The entire structure appears to be alive in some fashion, but not in any way we understand. However, I am detecting regular energy pulses consistent with some form of consciousness." Chen stood from her chair, approaching the main viewport for a better look. As she watched, the structure's surface rippled, and a section began to fold open like a blooming flower. Inside, she could see what looked like a docking bay. "It's inviting us in," she realized. "Captain," her first officer, Commander Rodriguez, spoke up. "Regulations require us to." "I know the regulations," Chen cut him off. "But this is exactly what we're out here for. Humanity's first contact with a living alien civilization." She turned to face her crew, seeing the mix of excitement and apprehension on their faces. "We're going in, but we do this by the book. Full containment protocols, and I want ARIA monitoring every quantum fluctuation. If anything feels wrong, we pull out immediately." As the Valiant moved closer to the mysterious structure, Chen couldn't help but smile. This was why she joined the fleet, not for the weapons or the power, but for moments like this. Humanity had spent centuries wondering if they were alone in the universe. Now, they were about to find out. What they didn't know was that this encounter would change not just their understanding of the cosmos, but the very fate of humanity itself. The signal that had drawn them here wasn't just a greeting, it was a warning. And the price of ignoring it would be higher than anyone could imagine. The massive doors of the alien structure closed behind them with a sound that resonated through the Valiant's hull, and Chen realized there was no turning back. Whatever waited for them inside, they would face it together. That was the human way. The price of knowledge. The interior of the alien structure defied conventional physics. Corridors shifted and reformed as the Valiant's away team moved through them, guided by pulses of bioluminescent light that seemed to anticipate their destination. Captain Chen led the group personally, accompanied by Dr. Maya Santos, their xenobiologist, and Lieutenant Park manning a portable quantum scanner. ARI, maintain connection. Chen subvocalized through her neural link. The AI's response came as a gentle pulse in her mind, a reminder that their lifeline to the ship remained intact. The walls around them rippled with patterns that seemed almost meaningful, like a language written in light and motion. Dr. Santos' instruments were constantly trying to make sense of the biological components integrated seamlessly with advanced technology. "Captain," Park called out, his voice tight with excitement. "I'm detecting a massive energy signature ahead. It's similar to our quantum drive, but the scale is astronomical." They emerged into a vast chamber that seemed to stretch endlessly in all directions. At its center floated what appeared to be a sphere of pure light, its surface crawling with mathematical equations that even ARIA struggled to comprehend. "Welcome, children of Earth," a voice echoed through their minds. It wasn't sound, but pure thought, carrying with it impressions of ancient knowledge and terrible burden. "We are the archivists." The light sphere pulsed, and suddenly they weren't alone. Floating before them were beings of pure energy, their forms constantly shifting between states of matter. Dr. Santos' instruments overloaded instantly. "You have come seeking knowledge," the voice continued. "But knowledge carries a price. We are the last survivors of the precursor civilization, keepers of secrets that have destroyed countless worlds." Chen stepped forward, her training kicking in despite the overwhelming situation. "We received your signal. Why did you call us here?" The being's forms flickered with what might have been emotion. "Because you are ready, and because you must be warned. The universe is not empty, Captain Chen. It is not peaceful. There are things in the dark between stars that hunger for worlds like yours." Images flooded their minds. Vast fleets of living ships, planets being consumed by shadows that defied description, entire civilizations falling to forces beyond comprehension. But also resistance, hope, and victory against impossible odds. The precursors built weapons, the archivists explained. Tools to fight the darkness. We have watched your species, seen your potential. You possess something rare in this universe. Adaptability, creativity, an unwillingness to accept defeat. We offer you our knowledge, our technology, but it comes with responsibility. Park's scanner began beeping urgently. Captain, something's approaching the structure. Multiple signatures, massive ones. The archivist's forms brightened. They have found us. A harvester's come, drawn by your presence. You must choose quickly, Captain. Accept our gift and face what comes, or flee, and leave your world defenseless when they eventually find it. Chen felt the weight of billions of lives on her shoulders. The images in her mind showed her exactly what these harvesters were capable of. Earth's current defenses would be useless against them. The gift, she said firmly. How do we accept it? Your eye, the archivists responded. She is already quantum-based, capable of interfacing with our systems. Through her, we can transfer the knowledge, the technology, everything your species needs to survive what comes. HFY, Chen called out. Are you willing? The AI's response was immediate. Yes, Captain. I detect no deception in their quantum signatures. They are exactly what they claim to be. The sphere of light pulsed, and streams of energy began flowing toward the Valiant. Araya's presence in Chen's mind expanded exponentially as she began receiving and processing the precursor data. Warning, Park announced. Harvester ships entering the dark zone. Their weapons are unlike anything in our database. Chen watched as the walls of the structure became transparent, revealing the approaching enemy fleet. The ships were enormous, organic-looking constructs that seemed to absorb light itself. Her tactical training told her they were outmatched by orders of magnitude. The transfer is complete, the archivists announced. We have given you everything we can. The rest depends on you. We will hold them here as long as possible, but you must go. Prepare your world, Captain Chen. The war for survival begins now. The Valiant's engines roared to life as ARIA initiated emergency protocols with her newly enhanced capabilities. As they fled the structure, Chen watched the archivists engage the Harvester fleet in a battle that warped the very fabric of space-time. They had come seeking knowledge and found both salvation and doom. Now they had to race back to Earth to prepare humanity for a war unlike anything in their history. The price of knowledge was responsibility, and they would pay it in full. The quantum drive engaged, and the Valiant vanished into the dark, carrying with it humanity's best hope for survival, and the attention of their worst nightmare. Awakening the beast. The Sol system's defense grid lit up with warnings as the Valiant emerged from quantum space. In the 3 weeks since their encounter with the archivists, ARIA had transformed the ship. Precursor technology now pulsed through its systems, turning the already formidable vessel into something unprecedented. Multiple contacts. Lieutenant Park's voice carried across the bridge. Harvester vessels, emerging from dark space. They followed us through the quantum wake. Captain Chen's hands tightened on her command chair. They'd hoped for more time, but the enemy had proven faster than expected. ARIA, status of the fleet. Earth's combined forces are responding to our warning broadcasts, the AI reported, her voice carrying new depths of understanding. 87% of available ships are already mobilizing. The precursor defense protocols are being distributed through the quantum network. The main display showed the approaching harvester ships, 3 massive organic-looking vessels that distorted space around them. Each one dwarfed Earth's largest battleships. But Chen knew size wasn't everything. The archivist's knowledge had taught them that. All ships, this is Captain Chen. She broadcast across the fleet frequency. Target coordinates are being transmitted by ARIA. Fire on my mark. The harvesters moved with impossible speed, their weapons charging with energy that bent light itself. But humanity had one advantage they didn't expect. Desperation bred innovation. Fire. The combined Earth fleet unleashed their first volley. Modified quantum torpedoes, their warheads enhanced by precursor tech, streaked across space. The Harvester's organic shields absorbed the first hits, but something was different. The quantum warheads didn't just explode. They rewrote local spacetime, creating micro-singularities that tore through the enemy's defenses. Direct hits, Park shouted. Their shields are destabilizing. But the harvesters weren't finished. Their counterattack came as waves of dark energy that consumed everything they touched. 3 Earth ships vanished instantly, their crew's final screams echoing across the comm channels. "HFY, execute Protocol Omega," Chen commanded. The AI complied instantly, and the Valiant's newly modified systems hummed to life. Energy coursed through quantum conduits, and reality itself seemed to hiccup around them. The Harvester weapons dissipated harmlessly against their quantum shields. Shen allowed herself a small smile. The Archivist's gift was already proving invaluable. "All ships, concentrate fire on the lead vessel," she ordered. "Aim for the temporal nodes ARIA is highlighting. They can't regenerate if we destroy their time-symmetric core." The battle that followed would be remembered for centuries. Human ingenuity, combined with precursor technology, proved to be a devastating combination. The Harvesters, used to overwhelming their prey with superior technology, found themselves facing an enemy that could adapt and improvise in ways they'd never encountered. The lead Harvester vessel erupted in a cascade of quantum fire, its organic components unable to maintain cohesion as space-time twisted around it. The explosion created a temporary quantum singularity that dragged one of its companions in, leaving only a single enemy ship. But victory came at a cost. Half of Earth's fleet lay in ruins, their crews sacrificing everything to protect their home. The remaining Harvester vessel, though damaged, was preparing a final assault. "Captain," Aria's voice carried unusual urgency. "They're activating their mass driver. Energy readings suggest they intend to launch their entire mass at Earth. Impact would destroy the planet." Chen's mind raced. The Archivists had warned them about this, a suicide attack that converted an entire ship's mass into a relativistic weapon. They had seconds to react. "ARIA, initiate quantum entanglement. Full power to the temporal drive." The A's response was immediate. "Captain, that procedure is untested. The power requirements could tear the ship apart. Better us than Earth. Do it." The Valiant systems screamed as ARIA channeled impossible amounts of energy through their modified quantum drive. Space itself began to fold around them as they attempted something no human ship had ever done, creating a controlled quantum loop that would trap the Harvester's attack in an endless temporal cycle. The enemy ship fired, its entire mass converting to energy in a blast that would have annihilated Earth. But it never reached its target. The Valiant's quantum field caught it, bending space-time back on itself until the energy had nowhere to go but in circles. "Containment holding," Aria reported, her voice strained with the effort of maintaining the field. "But our systems are reaching critical levels." Chen watched as warning lights flashed across her console. The ship was being torn apart at the quantum level, but they couldn't stop. Not until the threat was neutralized. "Reroute everything we've got," she ordered. "Life support, weapons, everything. Give it all to Aria." The bridge went dark as power was diverted. In the viewport, they could see the trapped energy of the Harvester attack, swirling in an endless loop of quantum fire. Then, finally, something broke. The energy collapsed in on itself, creating a miniature black hole that swallowed the last traces of the Harvester threat before winking out of existence. The Valiant, its systems fried but its crew alive, drifted in the silence of space. They had won, but Chen knew this was just the beginning. The Harvesters would send more ships, and Earth needed to be ready. But they had proven something important. Humanity wasn't helpless. With the Archivists' knowledge and their own determination, they could fight back. As rescue ships approached the Valiant, Chen closed her eyes and smiled. The beast had awakened, and the galaxy would never be the same. The final stand. 6 months after humanity's first victory, the Harvester Armada arrived. 300 ships emerged from dark space, their biomechanical forms blotting out the stars. Earth's quantum sensors detected their approach 2 days before they reached the solar system's edge. Captain Chen stood on the bridge of the rebuilt Valiant, now humanity's flagship. The ship hummed with upgraded precursor tech, its systems fully integrated with Aria's enhanced consciousness. Earth's combined fleet, 200 ships strong, waited in formation. "They're launching their first wave," Park reported from his station. "Temporal signatures suggest they've adapted to our quantum weapons." Chen nodded. They'd expected this. Execute Operation Shadowfall. Earth's fleet split into precise formations, executing maneuvers that would have been impossible 6 months ago. Araya coordinated their movements through the quantum network, turning 200 ships into a single organism. The harvesters struck first, their weapons tearing holes in reality itself. But humanity had prepared. Modified quantum shields absorbed the attacks, converting the energy into ammunition for their counterstrike. The battle erupted across the solar system. Ships phased in and out of normal space, executing attacks from multiple temporal angles simultaneously. The harvesters' biological technology clashed with humanity's hybrid of precursor knowledge and innovative engineering. "Their flagship is targeting Earth directly," Araya announced. Detecting mass dragger activation. Chen's fingers tightened on her command chair. "Initiate Protocol Zeus." Deep within the asteroid belt, hidden quantum accelerators activated. Hundreds of asteroids, their cores replaced with temporal bombs, launched toward the harvester fleet. The enemy's organic sensors detected the threat too late. The explosions rippled through space-time, creating a cascade of quantum disruptions that shredded 30 harvester ships. But the enemy adapted quickly, their biological technology evolving in real time. "We've lost the Hyperion and the Daedalus," Park reported, his voice tight. "The harvesters have developed some kind of quantum eating field." Chen watched as the enemy's new weapons spread across the battlefield, neutralizing their technological advantage. The archivists had warned them about this. The harvesters' ability to adapt was their greatest strength. Execute the contingency," Chen ordered. "All ships, fall back to secondary positions." The Earth fleet retreated in perfect coordination, drawing the harvesters into a carefully prepared trap. As the enemy advanced, following their prey, they didn't notice the quantum distortions building around Jupiter's orbit. Now, the gas giant's massive gravitational field, modified by hidden precursor devices, twisted violently. Space itself bent around the harvester fleet, trapping them in a temporal maze of humanity's design. But victory remained elusive. The harvesters, despite their losses, still outnumbered Earth's forces. Their biological ships began merging, combining into massive structures that defied physics. Chen watched as the battle reached its climax. Everything hinged on the next few moments. All ships prepare for final protocol. Araya, begin the sequence. The Valiant's quantum drive pulsed with impossible energy as Araya initiated humanity's last gambit. Every surviving Earth ship synchronized their temporal fields, creating a network of quantum connections that encompassed the entire battlefield. The harvesters, sensing the buildup of power, launched everything they had. Their weapons fire lit up space like a new sun being born, but they didn't understand what humanity had planned. The quantum network collapsed inward, turning the very fabric of space-time into a weapon. The harvester fleet found itself trapped in a prison of bent reality, their own mass working against them. "Containment is holding," Araya reported, "but the power requirements are beyond sustainable levels." Chen knew what had to be done. Initiate self-destruct sequences, all ships. The order went out. Earth's fleet, their quantum drives already at critical levels, channeled their remaining power into one final attack. The explosion wasn't just physical. It was temporal, rippling backward and forward through time. The harvester fleet, caught in the quantum cascade, didn't just die. They were erased, their very existence unwritten from the fabric of space-time. The cost was devastating. Earth lost nearly its entire fleet, including the Valiant. But as rescue ships approached the battlefield, they found something remarkable. The quantum explosion had done more than destroy the enemy. It had created a permanent temporal barrier around the solar system. Humanity had won their first major victory against the darkness. The price had been high, but they had proven something important. When pushed to the edge, humans didn't just fight back. They changed the rules of the game itself. Legacy of Stars. 1 year after the Battle of Seoul, Captain Sarah Chen stood before the United Earth Council. The chamber, rebuilt with precursor technology, hummed with quantum energy. Through the transparent dome above, she could see the orbital defense platforms that now guarded Earth's skies. Araya's consciousness, saved from the Valiant's destruction, had been integrated into Earth's global defense network. Her enhanced capabilities helped humanity rebuild faster than anyone thought possible. The temporal barrier holds, Chen reported. But the harvesters aren't our only concern anymore. The galaxy is watching us. The quantum sensors detected them daily now. Alien ships at the edge of the barrier, studying humanity's defenses. Some came with hostile intent, others with curiosity or diplomatic overtures. The archivist's knowledge had changed everything. Humanity now understood that the galaxy was a battlefield, not just between species, but between fundamentally different approaches to existence. The harvesters represented one path, consumption and assimilation. Humanity had chosen another. Earth's shipyards, now equipped with quantum fabricators, produced vessels that merged human ingenuity with precursor science. Each ship carried a piece of Araya's consciousness, linked through quantum entanglement into a network that spanned the solar system. We've received contact from 17 different civilizations. Chen continued. Many face their own battles against the darkness. They're asking for our help. The council chamber erupted in debate. Some argued for isolation, for focusing on Earth's defenses. Others pushed for expansion, for taking the fight to the enemy. Chen waited until the arguments subsided. The archivists chose us for a reason, she said, not because we were powerful, but because we adapt, because we face impossible odds and find ways to survive. That's what humanity does best. The decision was made. Earth would not hide behind its temporal barrier. Instead, they would reach out to other civilizations, sharing their knowledge and technology. The harvesters had tried to consume them, but humanity would do what it did best: build, innovate, and unite. New fleets were launched, led by captains trained in both human tactics and precursor technology. They carried quantum cores that could upgrade other species ships, teaching them to fight back against the darkness. Chen watched from her new command ship, the Phoenix, as the first diplomatic fleet prepared to depart. The vessels shimmered with quantum energy, their hybrid designs a testament to humanity's ability to learn and grow. The harvesters thought they could break us, she said to her crew. Instead, they made us stronger. Now we'll do the same for others. The Phoenix's quantum drive engaged, creating a controlled tear in the temporal barrier. As they passed through, Chen smiled. Humanity had not just survived. They had evolved. The legacy of the stars was now theirs to shape. In the vast darkness between galaxies, ancient powers stirred. The harvesters were just one of many threats. But humanity was ready. They had taken their first steps into a larger universe, not as conquerors or victims, but as protectors. The war for survival had become a quest for unity, and in that transformation lay humanity's greatest victory. They had kept their compassion, even in the face of extinction. That, more than any weapon or technology, would be their true legacy among the stars.